Thanks for watching. We're out at Gold's Gym in Gilbert watching the, this sucks, the
Mike and V Bodybuilding Show, episode 7. We came out today to do a little workout with our friend, Dennis Aldridge. Dennis, come on in, man. We want to talk a little bit about the workout, what's going on with you.
NPC
what's up next?
heavyweight contender and NPC judge.
What's up, bro?
How's it going?
Glad to have you out.
Good workout today.
Yeah, it was great.
He doesn't give me any room. It's too big.
We're having good off-season.
That's right.
So what's next? I mean, you had the border states.
The border states last
Is
year.
that heavyweight? You got third place.
Fourth at the borders. I got third here at the Western. Took a couple of seconds in the Masters class, and then I did the novice out in California. Also took second. So
What's coming up for you next?
well, this year kind of life got a little crazy, and we decided just to back off, hit the brakes, and grow. And so I'm looking for next fall is really the target. So I'm going to grow from now until next summer, and then we'll figure out where I'm at.
And who's helping you with your?
I work with Dusty Henshaw.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few of us in this room that all have the same coach, and a little shout out to him. Hopefully he comes home today with his card. So Dusty, we're rooting for you, bro. I've known Dennis for a little while. I really honestly had this misconception about Dennis and got to know him and Mark Boza quite well at the border states. And what a joy it's been. I mean, not only is his dedication to the sport, but I admire the dedication as a father and a husband. And there's not very many people that I look up into this world, but this guy, if I could be any one person and be a father, it would be just like him. As far as bodybuilding goes, Dennis, you've come so far, dude. I've seen you from a judge down there, to really where I didn't even see a whole lot of muscle, to when I seen you this weekend, dude, I was like, holy cow. So what have you done over the last couple of years, man, with Dusty that's transformed your body?
Well, I mean, I think my journey's been a long one. Dusty's been the last couple of years and kind of put me where I was at that next step,
sure.
Right? But honestly, when I finished graduate school in '99, I was 300 pounds.
Right.
I worked my way through school, full-time job, through school, McDonald's in between, and went from 225 to 300 in 18 months, right? And I wasn't a great student growing up, and it should have been the happiest day of my life getting a master's degree, and I hated it. I mean, I just hated who I was and everything. And so I took the next year. I lost 120 pounds.
So you made a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
And did you ever think you'd be a competitive bodybuilder?
Never. I mean, I look at so many people. There's so many people that have impacted me over all these years,
sure.
right? So back then, I lost the 120, right? And that's when Pete Ciccone lived here, and we used to work out at this gym,
You're
right?
pro.
He used to help with my diet, all that. Yeah, pro last week. Yeah. Congrats on that, right? And Pete was like that influence, right? And just kind of gave me the diet tips, and I still never saw myself as a bodybuilder, right? And so, but that's one guy along the path, right? Then, I'm doing great. Lost 120. Was doing okay. In shape. Nobody probably looked at me and thought bodybuilder yet. Right. And then my son got diagnosed with muscular dystrophy. So, tailspin, right? I was in the gym, just couldn't eat the diet, right? I shouldn't say couldn't, just didn't have the energy for the discipline.
You got to want that, and it's what you have to measure it is what percentage of you got intensive training, and then you have nutrition. What you would say?
It's 100%. 100% is the training, right?
I would say
it's all on.
90% is nutrition, at least for me.
For me,
that's how I feel.
Yeah, I can't be off of nutrition.
Right.
So, so I went up, and then I was 265 and not a good 265, right? And it was bad, and so then that's when I went to Rob Farrell, and another guy.
Rob's our cameraman today. We'll show real soon.
So Rob trained me for a couple years and really taught me the fundamentals of nutrition. Right? When I lost the first weight, I forced it. I did like the Body for Life challenge.
Sure.
Right? I forced it. I was doing too many shakes, but when I went to Rob, I was gaining weight, 1,200 calories a day, right? Dumped my metabolism, and they call it metabolic disorder, whatever it is, right? And so it took a long time to get that down, right? And so I guess the one attribute I'm proud of myself is that I just never quit. Right? It may take me longer to get there, but I'll eventually.
Right.
So
we've been today on my training when Mike said 5 more. You got the 5 more. And it didn't matter if you took it might have taken you a minute to get it, but I was impressed.
I would end up on the floor first, right?
Come train with us again. And welcome. You got great energy in the gym.
So we went through with Rob, and then Rob, one of the biggest things with that is I worked from working out with Rob to now Rob's my day-to-day training partner, right? And that's come from a guy who wasn't a bodybuilder to training with one of the top guys in Arizona every day for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me, right?
So I think that's a testament to what we always say. It takes time, patience, and dedication in all phases of this game. I mean, we're all not young men, and we've been doing this for a long time. So if there was any simple thing, anything that could make us where we are today, I'd be out there and not in here right now. So please, as you guys are young and in your 20s, take the time now to put it in there, because it will all come, but it doesn't come overnight. I mean, it took X amount of years to get to 300 and something pounds, so it takes X amount of years to get back to where you want to be.
Intensity, dedication, visualization. You got to see yourself doing it. You got to see yourself looking a certain way. And if you can see yourself looking a certain way, you can achieve that. You're gonna attain that goal.
It's a lifestyle. There's no start and there's no stop. People that say, I'm just prepping. No, you're prepping in the off-season, right?
Absolutely.
And so it's a lifestyle. And you just...
How'd you get to be a judge, though? How'd that happen?
I've been around the sport since the 80s, at least as a fan,
Sure.
right? And I just worked my way into judge, and then know Craig Pratt real well. And Craig and I would always debate shows in the late nights, right? And he saw that I had an eye, and then I think it was around 2006 I started test judging.
Well, I got to ask you a question. I know you judged my show and it won the overall. Did you vote for me to win? Was I your guy, or was it Pete Johnson, or was it Matt Christian? I got to know. Be honest.
I don't remember. I mean, I'm not even lying. I mean, I don't remember.
I think he should run for office, Michael. I don't know. But anyways, we got, keep going.
No, I was just saying I cannot tell a lie, but I don't remember.
You know, the one thing, dude, that I did wanted to touch on with you, Dennis, is, you know, bodybuilding, and all of us know that, and again, I ask this a lot to every guy that we have on the show, we don't get here by ourselves, and I think we all can attest to that. Sure. Who are the people that help you get to where you're at right now? You know, obviously Dusty, and Rob, and these guys, but there's people that are in our lives that if we didn't have them, we couldn't get here, you know, and there's just no possibility without having that network. So
there's an incredible list of people, right? One thing I love about this sport is there's so many people that inspire me. When I go to the shows on the weekends, it's just I see just so many people that overcome things and achieve great things. When I see somebody who gets shocked when they win, right, that inspires me, right? The big thing for me, when I started working with Rob, I brought my wife into the sport, and she had never really been into it, and that really, the diet was easy for her from day one. That was the easiest thing. The gym was the hard part for her. That's the fun part for me, right?
Yeah, it's fun
The diet I struggled with, and she really helped me get to that level. But now it's just a lifestyle. And it was no more, oh no, this is my treatment. You know, she knew exactly what I was supposed to do. So, but you know, I could name so many people along the way. You know, Dusty's been critical for me, and you know, we click both as friends and as a coach. But you know, he's very, you know, blunt, and I like that.
Sure.
The military background, I like that, right? Along the way, you know, meeting you and Mark at the borders was a big deal, right? The respect I got that weekend just inspired me. Right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, for me, it's not like I think I feed off of everybody else's energy.
Sure.
And then I just try to contribute to it.
Sure.
And so it's not even.
That's why you're on the show.
Well, yeah, and I am one to attest for that, because again, I kind of had this pre-notion of you and Mark both, you know, because these guys don't like me very well. But, you know, at the show, we spent the time together, and it was a complete, you know, I wouldn't change it for a bit, because I've become closer with you. But again, I respect you not only as a bodybuilder, but I respect you more as a man. And that, you know, that goes a long ways in my book. So I want to continue to work out, and me and you are both on a journey this year to compete in 2014. And I think that there's some big things coming along with me. He's got some shows coming up. And, you know, I know the other big thing too, and I've touched on this a little bit, is, you know, I'm working in this fitness thing to try to do this car wash with a bunch of beautiful people in this industry. And I want it to be geared up around Dennis's son and all the funds going to his son and his family. There's been a great deal of expense, I know this, for these guys, and so it's going to come together soon. And keep your guys' eyes open before the end of the year. We're going to have the first annual bodybuilding, figure fitness, car wash benefit with all vendors. It's all coming together soon, and it'll take us all collectively as one to be able to make that happen. What else do you want to say, Dennis, to anybody out there? Somebody that was in your shoes, somebody that was in that 300-pound, I don't think I can do this anymore. What would you tell them if they were sitting in front of you?
Don't think about the end game. Think about what I'm doing today. This set, this meal, one day at a time, have one perfect day at a time, and just try to get the perfect week, get the perfect 30 days, right? And just go. And whatever you think your best is, I guarantee if you really put your best into it, it's way beyond that. you'll look in the mirror and say, who's that person walking by, and you'll turn and it's you.
Right.
It'll happen, right? So there's no
mirror that I walk by that doesn't get a post.
Yeah. I mean, they all look like they shrink me a little bit, right? But it's just, you know, there's no, it's all work, right? It's all about the effort.
Just trying to be big.
That's it. I just want to be a big guy. That's
Well,
it.
you're not getting ready for a show, so we're not going to have you bust out anything. We saw you in the locker room. You still got abs. What are you weighing now?
234.
234. Right on. You're
So
I'm
trying to
more than me.
Trying to keep the same conditioning and get up around 245, 250, I think, this off season.
Do you know what the first show is that you guys are
Borders
thinking
days,
about
right?
doing?
So the borders right now is what I'm thinking. 62 weeks out today. What I really want to do is just see where my body's at early next summer. I'd really like to work up to that Masters National level. Not Masters Nationals. I still think that's a step up. I think the North America's Masters class,
Sure.
it's just as competitive, but maybe not as deep. And
Right.
so, if I go, I want to feel like I can be competitive.
Sure.
And so if not, I'll just get some more stage experience, you know, hit the borders. And,
How many shows have you done?
4 or 5.
Okay.
something like that.
Cool.
Well, I look forward to having you back on the show. Thanks for coming on. Dennis Aldridge, Mike Best, Vincent VJ Hils on the Mike and V Bodybuilding Show.
Number 7, we're out.
Out on location at Gold's Gym. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.